think the pandemic has made people more aware than they were before about the prevalence of health inequalities, that poor people on average die younger than richer people, and on average during their lifetime they experience more debilitating ill health. I think we should be more shocked about this than we are. But one of the most important things to understand is that you can't tackle health inequalities by just focusing on the provision of healthcare. In fact, I think it's even worse than that, because unless you tackle the causes of poor health, demand for NHS services is just going to keep growing exponentially. I think it's now widely recognised that the best way to make sure that the NHS is sustainable in the longer term is to focus on prevention rather than just paying for cures. And almost every sphere of what local and national government does will have an impact on health. So obvious examples might be planning laws, which either do or don't help people to exercise. Transport policy, for example, will have an impact on pollution. Poor housing quality leads to respiratory diseases. Education has an impact on health, criminal justice policy, precarious employment conditions. So these impacts on health aren't always necessarily intentional, but they're very real, and the costs they impose on the NHS are also very real. So I think it should be routine to consider the health impacts of any new law or policy change in order to ensure that its knock-on effects, both on the public health, but also on the sustainability of NHS services, are part of the cost-benefit equation. We do this already when we consider the financial impact of policy changes, and we do it when we think about equality impacts. My idea here is that we should do this for health as well, routinely. To take a really simple example, asylum seekers are generally not allowed to work in the UK while their claims are being considered. What's the impact of this on health? Well, unemployment we know is bad for people's mental and physical health. But there's another factor here, which is that a not insignificant number of asylum seekers have worked in healthcare services in their home countries before they left to seek asylum. They could be employed in the NHS, they could fill some of those long-standing vacancies. The overall health impacts of this policy are very clearly negative. I think we should just be considering this routinely in every area of law and policy.